Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today's gonna be a special video because it's gonna be my first ever review video. Yay! Oh, and sorry if my voice sounds a little weird. I'm still recovering from a cold, so yeah. Anyway, to celebrate Easter, I'm gonna review Watership Down. No, not the movie, not yet anyways. The TV show. Watership Down is a British-Canadian animated fantasy children's TV show adapted from the novel of the same name, by Richard Adams. It was a co-production of All Time Entertainment of the United Kingdom and Decode Entertainment of Canada, and produced by Martin Rosen, the director of the 1978 feature film adaptation. It was aired from September 28, 1999 to December 2, 2001. It was aired by CITV and YTV, masters of the Canadian shows, and of course, no one really knows about this, which seems to be a thing with Canada. I mean, a lot of their shows, like the educational programs, are good, but others, not so much. It only has two voice actors from the movie, that being John Byers and John Hurt, but they aren't in the same roles as they were in the movie. John Byers plays Fiver, and John Hurt being Hazel, at least in the movie. Now in the show, John Hurt now plays General Woundwort, and Byers plays Captain Broom, both of which I'll get into later. But for now, let's not waste any more time. Let's just get into Watership Down, the TV series. Now the first thing to talk about would be the animation. The animation being actually rather good for the time. Sure, it's nowhere near as smooth and clear as the 1970s movie, with the lower budget and all, but the show in some ways is better than the movie, with clearer facial features, sometimes, and much more noticeable difference with the rabbits. It was harder to tell them apart in the movie, but here, it can, while still keeping the realistic looks of the animals. Somewhat. The backgrounds also look quite nice, so all in all, the animation is quite nice to look at. We start off with our little band of rabbits. Hazel, the chief, voiced by Ian Shaw. Fiver, voiced by Andrew Falvey. Bigwig, the captain of Alzla, in this world, or guards as it were, voiced by Stephen Mangan. Blackberry, who's now a doe, instead of a buck, voiced by Sue Elliott Nichols. And I gotta admit, from a story standpoint, it is rather bad, because given what happens later in the movie when they reach Watership Down, they need those to continue the line of Watership Down, considering all of them were male. And while it's not that bad here as far as the show goes, it is quite noticeable. And there's also Pipkin, voiced by Elliot Henderson Boyle. And instead of Silver and Violet, especially Violet, given what happened to her,
Violet's gone.
Yeah, that is Hawkbit, voiced by Lee Ross. And voice acting wise, it's not actually too bad. The voice actors do a pretty good job. Anyway, other than character setup, like Hawkbit's, stubbornness and arrogance.
Oh, my nose tickles. It's a sign from Frith. The end of the world's coming. Run away!
Fiver's visions.
High, lonely hills, where the wind carries every whisper. That's where we have to go, Hazel.
And Pipkin's curiosity.
I will. I just want to look around a little.
After a couple more of Fiver's visions, the sound of a Rottweiler named Duster sends them all running. And here comes my one gripe about the animation, the character cycles. Now in the movie, the animation lets you know whether the characters were running or walking, and you could easily tell, and it looked quite realistic, if not a little spastic at times, but hey. Now, in the show, it's quite stiff actually, making the animations for both running and walking feel kind of the same. I mean, it's not that big of a problem, at least for me, but it is really noticeable, and is kind of a drawback. Anyway, Bigwig and Hazel lead the dog into a log and then decide to give him a concussion. afterwards, they run to a lake and have to swim for it, reluctantly.
Oh, wonderful. Follow Hazel and Fiver. See the world. Drown.
But Pipkin can't, unfortunately.
Well, that's the trouble with dogs, isn't it? They just don't know when to give up.
Tell me about it. Dogs just don't seem to learn one damn thing.
You can't fight a dog, Hazel.
Why not? Woodward did.
Thank Frith. I didn't really fancy a heroic last stand.
Yeah, too cliche. Anyway, Blackberry comes up with the idea of putting Pipkin and Fiver on a log. Better idea than using a fox, I must say.
No! Stop it! No! Stop it! Stop!
And it seems to be a good idea, until the log for some reason turns around and are now facing a dog's teeth. Not the best thing to face, I can tell you that. Thanks to Hawkbit, Bigwig learns of the predicament at hand, or at paw, and pushes the log away, and the dog gives up. So to be fair, dogs don't like water too much, or is it just me? They rest at a field, the same field where that happened.
A safe place to rest? It's so peaceful here.
Enjoy it while it lasts. The next disaster can't be far off.
But not here. Instead, Pipkin meets Kehaar.
Hello?
You crazy? Why you sneak up on Kehaar for?
And now I can feel freely to talk about Kehaar. Now, earlier in the episode, he was seen flying around, and oddly enough, that's why his name is Kehaar. Because, you ever notice how gulls sometimes sound like they are saying Kehaar? No? Oh, well, anyway. Now, in the movie, Kehaar was...
Piss off, you stupid bunnies! You got no mates! There are meat! There are cheese! Plenty trouble for you! You need mates! Piss off! Piss off! Piss off! Piss off!
A bit energetic and straightforward in rather rude ways. And he was based on a Norwegian, I'm sorry, I'm a discultured swine, I know, Norwegian soldier. So that's why he has a weird accent. But in the show, his voice is a little bit jarring, to say the least.
Fish. Kehaar no good at catching fish in the little water. Big water. Far away.
Especially when you hear the differences between movie and show. I mean, Kehaar's character in the movie is drastically different, because I feel here he's just a little too slow and dumb to try and be funny, to be comic relief. Well, in the movie, he was comic relief, but he wasn't really dumb, he was just more straightforward and energetic and kind of spastic. Which, gotta admit, did honestly make me laugh. Anyway, and in the show, while his voice still may be, weird, it's not as weird as in season 3.
We'll take them easy, eh, Hannah? Like picking wrinkles off a rock.
And trust me, we'll get to that one in time. But anyway, back to the episode. He tells Pipkin that he's from Big Water, as he calls it.
I'm sorry, you're a gull, aren't you?
Yeah. Gal. From big water.
We'll say big water.
No, not that one! And tells him of his friend Hannah the mouse.
We were lucky to get away with stealing the fat cat's fish last time. After this, no more, you silly bird. Hush up.
And the mouse, for some reason, had a Scottish accent, it sounds. A Scottish mouse. Okay. Voiced by Jane Horrocks. I think I'm saying that right. I'm sorry, please don't sue me. More on Hannah, though, later. But for now, I'll just say that she is kinda... Well, she does get kinda irritating at times. She's actually not that bad. Anyway, the little band of rabbits continue, and they start to get cranky and exhausted and tired and hungry, and start to doubt if the vision is even true at all. Something you'd expect these people to believe, I mean, after traveling for what seems like days. Or maybe it's months, I don't know. The movie never really gave a clear understanding of how long they traveled. Or maybe it was just because I was a little bit dumb. Anyway.
That's it. I've had enough.
Me too. I'm hungry, and I'm tired, and I'm sore.
We can't stop here. It's too open.
We can't do this, we can't do that. We've been following this vision of Fivers forever.
And it's not like it's getting any clearer, is it? Do you see any high hills? I don't.
And look at this place. It's the end of the world. We're going back.
Nobody's going back. Get moving.
You're afraid to go back because you deserted the Owsla. You're afraid Captain Holly will arrest you.
Hawkpit, Sandalford's gone. I feel it in my bones. There's nothing to go back to.
Well, that's what you say. Well, what if it's like your promised land that doesn't exist? What if we left for nothing?
I said move. I won't say it again.
Well, that was a quick argument. Simply anyway simple. Shut up and get moving, you lazy twat. Gotta remember that next time I make a movie. I mean, I know he's the chief of the Owsla, so he still has some weight to pull, but still, could have been handled a little better. Anyway, everyone starts to doubt if the vision is true, including Bigwig and Fiver. But suddenly...
Hazel, come here!
What is it? What's wrong? Just for a moment, I thought I saw...
The high hills.
They're real.
Beautiful.
You were right, lad! Ha ha! You were right all along!
Wow, it looked very far away.
But it's there.
Yep, they finally reached it. Who'd have figured? And they also smell something else in the wind.
I smell cabbages. And carrots. And lettuce.
Flora!
What is it?
It's lettuce, carrots, turnips, and other tender morsels that man grows for himself. You see, appalling ignorance. Breaks my heart, it does.
Yeah, pretty much. They want some, but Hazel Raw being what they refer to their leader as, tells them to wait until dark, and Dandelion offers to tell them a story to pass the time, because he's the storyteller, and tells them the story of Fritz's blessing, or basically why the rabbit has long ears and digs holes, basically. By the way, Fritz is their version of God, and Elra being the father of the rabbits.
Long ago, when Frith made the world, all the animals were the same. They lived together, sharing the sweet grass of the hills. Elara was the father of all the rabbits. Soon his children covered the whole world, eating so much that there was none for the other animals.
Elara, you must control your people. They are too many.
That is because you made them the best in the world, Lord Frith. I cannot control them.
Then I will do it, Elara.
Frith summoned the animals to his sun cave to grant them a gift, making each one different from the other. To the fox and the weasel, he gave claws and teeth and the desire to hunt and kill Elara's people. When Elara heard about this, he knew Frith was angry with him and his people. He feared what Frith might do next.
Elara, come out, and I'll give you your blessing.
I can't! The fox and the weasel are after me, so I must dig a hole.
Never again will your people cover the world, Elara. for it is filled with enemies now. But first, they must catch you. Runner, digger, listener. Be cunning and full of tricks, and your people shall never be destroyed.
And here we are. So, even if Sandalford Warren is gone, we are still here.
So after that, the rabbits land a raid on Nuthanger Farm. Yes, that's literally the name here. While at the same time, Hannah and Kehaar steal some fish from the cat named Tabitha.
Can you run? I think not. I think not.
No, we don't get a scene like that here. Not today. Or anywhere else in the show, to be honest. I mean, kind of a disappointment, but she does have her share of weird moments.
The little long ears? Tabitha's waiting.
Anyway, chaos ensues after they get caught, naturally, and Pipkin and the others decide to help Kehaar after getting a slash from the cat, before managing to escape with one.
Won't be easy, cat. Promise you that.
Fish. Kind of a disappointment, but hey, I've had these more disappointing raids. Anyway, they decide to press on after catching their breath and letting Kehaar join the group because he's wounded. And soon after they arrive at the new home, Farthingwood, White Deer Park, Watership down.
This is where we'll start again.
Yes, it's very good place.
It's called Watership Down.
Watership Down. Home.
So that was episode 1, The Promised Land. And it was pretty good. Much like the show Farthingwood, it does do a good job of setting up characters and how it will come to play in the future. Like Hazel's leadership, Bigwig's jerky and pushy nature, Hawkbit's arrogance and stubbornness, Pipkin's curiosity, Kehaar's friendly but dumb nature, Hannah's small but tough nature, and etc. The animation, while a bit stiff, is still quite nice to look at, and the voice acting is pretty good. But one thing I do have to say is that the editing, while not quite that bad here, it will get noticeable later on, and when we get there, I'll point it out even more. But while it is, yes, a bit toned down from the movie, it's still gonna get kinda dark in later episodes, and the story is straightforward. So all in all, the episode's pretty good. But let's see what happens next when we see the Warren go up against an Elil, or an enemy. Will the Warren survive the attack, or will there be a heavy toll count? Find out next time, and until then guys, see you later at Watership Down.